Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And today, I will be doing a comparison. Early this morning, I did a video about NEO and free cryptocurrencies. This video is from one of the subscribers who was trying to figure out, should they invest in Zoom? So I would love to do the two biggest video platforms, which I'm actually using Zoom right now, Zoom and WebEx. Now, the only reason that I've used Zoom is because that's probably the one I knew about first. I just found out about WebEx maybe a month after I found out about Zoom. And also Microsoft has Microsoft Meet or Meeting or Microsoft Stream. They go by a couple of different names. And Google's on the scene with Google Meet, but that's a free platform. For the two top paying platforms is Zoom and WebEx. But we're talking about investing, okay? We're talking about investing. Which one should you invest in? Now, we're going to look at their particular stocks and see why I may choose Zoom or I may choose WebEx, depending on why I may invest in one or the other. Now, I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to go over which stock you should actually invest in. First on the scene will be Zoom, okay? Will be Zoom. The stock market, by the way, is ballooning. I mean, stocks are coming back strong. When I looked at Zoom early, it was like 170 something. If you notice, it already gained $23 at 12.92%, okay? And if you looked at my video earlier about NEO, NEO is actually doing well. I end up getting to 200. What else is doing well? Pretty much my whole portfolio is doing well today. I've made $134 if I sell my shares, but I won't. But that's the appreciation. Now, as we're looking at it, we're looking at Zoom live. It's already up to 13%. So which one should you invest in, Zoom or WebEx? Let's talk about Zoom. You see all the pertinent data to your right over here. You see Zoom Video Communications is an American communications technology company headquartered in San Jose, California, and provides video, telephony, and online chat services through a cloud-based peer-to-peer software platform and is used for teleconferencing, telecommuting, distance education, and social relationships. And the founder is Eric Yuan, 2011, so on and so forth, right? So Zoom is doing great. They have partnerships and contracts with school systems, with states, with large corporations, Fortune 500s, you name it. Should you invest in Zoom? Sure. Why not? If you have the money to go in, either you're going to buy a whole share of Zoom at $202, or you can buy fractional shares. Now, if you want to invest after this video post, once I get off live, you will see a link in my description below. You can invest through Robinhood, because Robinhood now do fragmented, incremental, what they call micro investing. You can go in with a certain dollar amount, like $5, $10, and buy fractional shares of any stock. Also, I have a link in the description called Stash. Now, after the video post, you will see that. So what is the profitability gain of Zoom? Zoom can only grow. As we are moving more into a technological phase and era, because when I start to see baby boomers on Zoom, I start to see baby boomers on video chatting more and more and more, that means that this stock can reach to $500 over the course of time. In the next 10 years, I can see Zoom at $500. So if you have $200 that you don't mind, because we understand in investing, there's a risk. If you don't mind losing, then go ahead and invest in Zoom. This is not a bad buy. This is not a bad buy. And I'm going to tell you what Zoom's going to end up doing. They're going to start buying other companies, other organizations with security, video security, because they're going to grow their network. And that's how you grow networks. You buy smaller businesses. There's like your Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and IBM. They buy smaller businesses that fits a niche that they can actually input into their network. I'll give you a prime example. These are Google Buds. Okay, I'm just giving you a prime. These are Google Buds. Now, how did Google get into buying their own headphones? They bought a company. Google is now getting into smartwatches. Okay, this right here is the Apple smartwatch. I don't know if you can see it. The virtual background is messing it up, but it is a smartwatch. Google is buying Fitbit, already bit Fitbit, and they're going to make Google products. They're going to make Google smartwatches or Pixel smartwatches. So you have to understand how things happen. They assume, they buy, they buy a large share of shares in those companies, and so essentially they own them. So eventually Zoom is going to be a conglomerate. They're going to start buying subsidiaries to fall under their umbrella. Okay, now if I was an investor that I can see the marketability, the scalability, the appreciation and value of Zoom, and I had $10,000 I can just drop, and even if I lose that $10,000, it's not gonna hurt my bottom line, then I would invest in Zoom. But wait, what about WebEx? See, the thing that you need to understand about WebEx already falls under Cisco systems. And a lot of you bought routers. If you worked in large corporations, you've heard of Cisco, and Cisco's been around for a very, very long time. So let's read this. It says Cisco WebEx is an American company that develops and sells web conferencing and video conferencing application. It was formed in 2007 when Cisco Systems acquired WebEx. What did it say? Acquired. Cisco wanted to get into video teleconferencing, so they looked out for a company that they can input into their network, and they bought them out. This is what occurs. Zoom will be doing this as well, I promise you. It headquarters in, I don't know how to say, was it Milpitas, California? I don't even know how to say it, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, let's talk about, because the parent organization, as you see, is Cisco Systems. Me personally, dealing with my stock portfolio and the amount of money I have on hand, I'm not going to even touch Zoom. Zoom is going to blow up, and yeah, I could go in and buy Zoom like I did Tesla at $200, and now Tesla's at $800, about to hit $900. And Zoom, I said, could, as my prediction, could reach $500 in the next 5 to 10 years, or even sooner. Okay, I'm just thinking about long-term investing. But when I think about Cisco Systems, look at the stock price right now. Now, right now they're dropping because maybe Zoom is ballooning up, but I like the stock price of Cisco Systems. And you say, well, you like the stock price, but what else, are you going to offer me as far as information to kind of sway me to invest inside of Cisco Systems? Well, when I look at Cisco Systems, I look at not just WebEx. I look at Cisco in its entirety. So look at the subsidiaries of Cisco. You have WebEx. Most of you have heard of that. A lot of organizations, Fortune 500 companies, they understand Cisco Systems. They have Cisco Systems. They have Jabber. They have App Dynamics, OpenDNS, Dual Security. The list goes on and on. They have BroadSoft. Some of these you may not be familiar with. Some of you probably seen them. You have Scientific Atlanta. I'm pretty sure some of you have seen that just by surfing the internet, so on and so forth. Look at all the companies that Cisco actually has as a subsidiary. That shows that they are a well-founded company, that their stock price. Now let's look at some of the metrics here. Let's go back and look at their stock price. So today they're not doing so well. They're down 3%. They're down 3%. But let's look at 5 years. Look at the 5-year mark here. All right. And I'm going to go back. See, this is 2019 July. Cisco was at $57.95. Again, we're talking about long-term investing. Okay. Long-term investing, because you can't afford Zoom. You might can't afford Zoom at $200, but you can afford maybe 4, maybe 5 shares of Cisco Systems. Okay. Because you really can't judge a stock by how they're performing today, how they performed yesterday, how they perform a year from now. You have to look at a stock, you have to look at an organization in its entirety. And you also have to understand what other sectors are they operating in? Are those sectors has information and data that you can actually measure that they can grow in? So let's max out Cisco Systems. Now, of course, back in the day, they came back, was it 1994, 1995? They were doing fairly well. Okay, they were doing fairly well. Their stock was all the way up, let's see, about 70 bucks, I believe. Now, as you can tell, people who invested back then lost some money, but Cisco Systems are not going anywhere. So let's move the ticker right along. We're at $56. Now we're at $46.44. I believe Cisco Systems in the next 5 to 10 years could reach $100 easily. Easily. Now, the reason why they're so low and they're not doing good at Zoom is because Zoom solely does teleconferencing, teleeducation, everything video. Cisco Systems have their hands in a lot of pockets. They have their hands in a lot of sectors and a lot of realms. But I can see profitability in that. I can see profitability in that. Now, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I don't really know too much about WebEx and their platform, but I've had people to tell me that they actually like WebEx better than Zoom, the ease of use and some of the options. Is that Zoom is just more popular. I give you an example, and I can't point out one product or another. You just have to use your imagination and think back. You ever heard people talking about a particular product and you had something that was the same from a different company? And you're like, well, I know that's more popular, but this one is a lot better. It's kind of like that. I'll give you another example. I'll give you a personal example. This is just me. And if you own a BMW, that's on you. I'm not saying they're horrible cars. I'm just giving you my example. Me and my buddy was looking for cars a couple of years ago. And I said, hey, man, why don't you try out that Hyundai Genesis? He's like, man, I ain't driving no Hyundai. He said, man, I'm looking at the BMWs, I'm looking at the Audis, I'm looking at the Mercedes, etc. I said, man, I've done my research for a very long time. And I've been to Korea 4 times, okay? And I looked at the production, how they fly people in to wrap the seats in Napoleta from Italy, how they redesign the engine, how they bought a design team from BMW, etc. So you're basing your decision on a name, not the actual quality. For some reason, Hyundai, Kia, they have gotten bad names about their products and about their cars, where everybody I talk to, they really haven't had a bad experience with those car makers, but they're cheap cars at one point. They're not cheap anymore. So anytime somebody thinks something as cheap and they look at luxury brands like the German car makers, then automatically they're bad cars. That's stupid. You shouldn't think like that. You should build your own opinion about something through your experience. And if you don't have the experience, then you have to do tons of research to get it. Anyway, long story short, my buddy went out and bought a 2014, this was during that time, he bought a 2014 Genesis. He absolutely fell in love with the car. Absolutely. He said he saved $20,000 because he's going to get a BMW 5 Series or a Mercedes E-Class. He saved $20,000. Okay, his car was, if I can recall correctly, I think he paid 40 grand. But with all the options, the leather, the sunroof, the adaptive cruise control, the blind sight detection, etc., he would have paid $60,000 with BMW. So the very next year, because I was in the market as well, but I wanted the new body style. So I waited to 2015 and I bought my Genesis, a G80, okay, a G80. And I have not had one issue with that car. The performance, the luxury, everything is great. What am I trying to say? Just because one is advertised more, just because one is marketed more, just because you see more people using it, does not mean that the other is not going to be profitable. It doesn't mean that it's not a good system or a good platform. You have to do the research for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. So it just depends on where you are in life and what your wallet and pocketbook looks like. If you have thousands of dollars that you like, I'm just waiting to invest, then I would tell you, go and invest in Zoom. If you're trying to get into investing, or you have maybe $500-600 that you can invest in, and it wouldn't hurt your bottom line if you lost that money, and you're looking at video teleconferencing to invest in, then I would tell you go ahead and invest into Cisco, because Cisco is the owner of WebEx. So hopefully this answers a lot of questions. If you like this video or you like videos like this, please like and subscribe and leave comments in the area below so I can give you the information that you want and need. Also, I just want to point out something else really quickly. Now, this is a Microsoft corporation that does Microsoft Meet, okay? That does Microsoft Meet. And look at their share price. They're $183. So let's look at their max really quickly. And again, look at Microsoft. So here's another avenue that you can get into and invest in. And Microsoft is conglomerate. Microsoft has, if not hundreds, subsidiaries that they have bought and acquired throughout the years. So I know this is about Zoom and WebEx, but Microsoft is still a good buy. As you can tell, their track record speaks for itself. So just give you a quick overview and synopsis. This is Microsoft stock, who does Microsoft Meet, or AKA Microsoft Stream. And this right here, oh, see, this is a streaming service. And then this is Cisco. This is their max, okay? And again, this is Zoom. So Zoom is doing well, Microsoft doing well, and I believe that Cisco system will bounce back and have exponential growth, okay? So again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and leave comments so I can answer your questions and do videos that you believe will bring value to you and your wallet, okay? This is Financial Literacy 101. I'm your host, and I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, peace.